Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl Latoya J, and this is Ask Latoya J. Today's question comes from an anonymous person, and the question is: how did you get past your pain and accept your role as a wife after you've been hurt by other men? How can you trust and submit? Whew, this is a deep question. I only give myself 5 minutes. First off, I'd like to say that it is a very difficult thing to do. It is very hard. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why the Bible doesn't promote dating. Because what you see in a lot of individuals these days is they've dated several people who were not for them. And each person left a dent, a scar, baggage, weight, or something on the woman. And whoever she meets next and decides to be with, pending whether it works out or not, she comes with this pre-packaged additives, so to speak. Feel me? So, I think for me, it was a little easier than most because I didn't have many other men that I was hurt by. Really just my first love. No, two. Because I had what I thought was a first love, my puppy love, first love, when I was 15. I was really hurt by him. He was actually a little older, and then he went and married somebody older than me after, I thought we were going to be married once I was of age. So I was really hurt by that. I really didn't date anymore until I got into college. And none of those were serious, more like just, friends. And I got into a much more serious relationship that almost destroyed my trust in relationships in my early 20s, maybe a year and a half before I met my husband. Anyway, the word that I'd like to present to you about this matter is perspective. I was able to get past my hurt and my pain, not just in relationships, romantic relationships, but even in my family relationships with my parents, my siblings, church folk. Perspective helped me move past. And my perspective on it, or the perspective that God allowed to be revealed to me, is simply this: all souls are mine, saith the Lord. You may say, well, what does that have to do with what I'm saying? Okay, our souls belong to God. Here's the thing. You have to take each individual person as, you have to detach yourself. Yeah. You have to detach yourself from each individual person in your life that has hurt you. You have to begin to see them as God sees them, as souls. You have to also understand that hurt people hurt people. When you're able to take the personal aspect out of it, it becomes so much more easier to process, because you begin to stop asking yourself questions like, why has this happened to me? Why did they do this to me? And you begin to see how the enemy will use one situation to destroy two people. He's smart, y'all. He works smarter, not harder. So you'll begin to see how the enemy has plotted in each of your lives to affect both of you at the same time. When you begin to see it from that way, you can say, you know what, my brother, or if it's a male that's hurt, you know what, my sister, I see what the enemy has tried to do through you, but you know what, I stand in agreement with you and with God that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Yeah, I know it hurt me, but I also see the weapons that have been formed against you. After you put things into perspective, when you meet that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, that you feel is compatible to you and your ministry, you have to go into it empty. You can't have any baggage. You can't have any premonitions. You can't have any insecurities. You have to say, you know what? I'm going to love you wholeheartedly. And I'm going to be with you. And no matter what has happened to me in the past, that does not predicate what's going to happen to me in my future. So once you begin to forgive, you have to begin to abandon your trust issues. I don't want to run out of time, but you have to abandon your trust issues. The best way to abandon your trust issues is to trust God. Flesh will fail you at all times. If you have that in perspective, you won't be over expecting. Hello, somebody? I don't care in the throes of passion. I will never hurt you. I will never cheat on you. I will never be to you like others have been to you. Flesh, We don't get together because of flesh. We get together because of spirit. So when you understand the difference, you understand that the man will fail. But that is not your job to try to prevent failure. It is your job to love past failure. Okay? So you trust the God. I trust the God in my husband. Okay? He is just as apt to cheat and just as apt to do me wrong as any other man on the earth. Don't get me wrong. He is a good man. He's a God-fearing man. Love you, Michael Flowers. Anyway, he is still apt to the attack of the enemy that will cause him to stray or cause him to do outside of the will of God. Perspective says that when he fails, it has nothing to do with me. He has to stand before God. So again, I'm running out of time. I'm over time because this is a deep subject. My advice to you is to learn how to put things into perspective. Don't take things personal. Satan is the prince and the power of the air. His job is to destroy everything that is godlike, including relationship. Then you have to abandon trust issues by giving people a clean slate, by giving yourself a clean slate. And learning how to trust people is really predicated on you learning how to trust God. If a person doesn't have God in them, leave them alone. Bloop. Okay? I am well over my time, daughter. So, I hope you got something out of that. Ladies and gentlemen, today, my official music video drops. Letter to Hell. Catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on my Facebook page. Subscribe to my channel, www.youtube.com/I am Latoya J. Y'all, it is 7:40 in the morning. I'm a little tired. Catch it 12 midnight. Okay? Be up and click the play button. We going in. And also on that YouTube channel is all my other Ask Latoya J vlogs. Hope you guys are getting something out of this. I do love you. And remember, the truth I give is the truth I live. Truth Squad, baby. Peace.